Good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Oh man, I like the shape.
Thanks. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's recovery day today, recovery plus speed. Boy, do we need it. It was a tough Tuesday and Wednesday. So, kids and Danny Hung and I are really looking forward to this easy run and getting some sprints in at the end. We have a pretty large group today, but we're going to spend this run hanging out with my friend CJ, Corey Joyner. It's going to be a good one. Hey CJ, thanks for coming out and taking time out of your schedule to hang out with us on this recovery run.
Yeah.
And share a little bit about your story. Really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I needed this. Hard day yesterday, working out twice, so
Awesome.
appreciate being back.
Hey CJ, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so been living out here in California a little over a year now. I'm originally from Florida, born and raised. Lived out completely my whole life. In terms of running, fairly new runner. Started it late as an adult. So about 27, 28, was doing CrossFit and was looking for a little bit more cardio. I didn't have any distance experience except for like a 5K or 2. So I ended up signing up for a half marathon. I know, jumped past 5K, 10K. I wouldn't train for it. I just showed up and just got my little medal. But I figured to run 13 miles, I need to train. So it was like the incentive to actually build up my endurance and then get out there for the race and bunk super hard. Oh man, the wall hit me so hard. I was running in slow motion. But, you know, I kind of lit a fire training for it and haven't looked back since.
So after that first terrible experience, how did you get yourself to continue running?
Yeah, I mean, after like the first 48 hours, you're like, I'm never doing this again. It's the worst thing ever. Nipples hurt. Didn't know that was a thing. Chafing. Didn't know that was a thing either. But after that subsides, like, you get like this rush of endorphins, right? And it's like, oh, get back out there, do something else. Like your body's craving it. So ended up signing up for the Disney full marathon. Another big jump, but it was the same price as the half. So I might as well run through all the parts because we're gonna pay Disney money. So ended up signing up for the full and starting another training plan. And yeah, just got after it.
Wow, just jumping right into it. You had only been running for like about a year and you signed up for a marathon. So what did you end up running in that Disney marathon?
Yeah, so Disney 501. I wanted sub 4. You know how it goes. You start running like everybody talk about sub 4, sub 3. You just throw out an arbitrary goal. But I quickly found out that was not happening at Disney. And then you find out how far 26.2 really is. Good old cramps hit. Didn't hit a wall, just hit cramps really bad. But we got it done. Relieving that, you know, you complete the distance, right? It gives you a sense of accomplishment. Because it's like, man, never thought you'll be able to do it. And then you do it. So it's like, dang, what else can I do?
Well, CJ, it looks like you found something to shoot for and you have a personal best marathon of 2:52. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience and how you got there from running a 5:01 marathon all the way down to 2:52 in such a short span of time, in 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just staying consistent with running. After Disney, the bug was there to keep going. So with my next marathon, I wanted to go back to Miami. I went to school at the University of Miami, so oh, it'd be cool to go run the Miami marathon. I'm also a marathon rookie at the time, so you know, I didn't really know how much heat and humidity affects marathon racing. So going to Miami, it was like going back into the inferno, a hot race. But I was just happy to go run through the streets of Miami. Had to go to sub 4, but when you run that hot of a race, you know, either you're in shape to overcome the heat or you're really gonna have to like scale back and prepare yourself to run in those type of conditions. I was not prepared. Cramps got me. Oh man, it was a fun time in the second half of the race. For me, like going through this journey, it seems like a relatively short period of time, but there's period of times of putting in work to like really build up marathon legs, or what they call it, right? Because you have to make sure you build up your legs to, one, be able to comfortably run the distance. So if you were just to go out there and easy run it, you can comfortably, I put that in quotation marks, because it's still 26 miles, but you could go out there and do it without racing it, right? And then from there, you're working on speed and peaking for the race, for whatever time goal that you have. And it's like, with the marathon, it's like no surprise, typically what you do on race day, because you put in so much training and so much work and effort. So you'll have an idea of what you can run on race day for sure. So for me, getting down to 252, I had a breakthrough race on my third marathon where I was able to go from 429 to 318. And there's everything came together, right? Just pacing, nutrition, and a good course. And then from there, getting down to sub 3, it was just really the training process and working towards being comfortable at 650 pace. And again, fast course, nutrition all plays a big role in doing that.
Nice winning.
So CJ, did you have help during this journey, or did you research and do it on your own?
For me, like early on, I'm always good at like following a plan. So if there's a plan that I have and I can go day by day, I'll follow it. So the first plan I did was the run experience using their app and their strength workouts. After that, before the 318 race, I started doing McMillan. So it was a different style of training a little bit. A lot of progression, fast finish runs, like working on turning up your effort late, because that's what is going to happen in the marathon, right? Like later, it's going to be harder. You got to increase your effort, but sometimes your speed won't go any faster. But to maintain your race pace, your effort has to go up. And then after that race, I hired my coach now to assist me in getting under 3. And so he's been my coach since. He actually lives in my hometown. Olympic trials qualifier, big coaching group, so it just made sense.
Yeah, I think that was a good way to utilize the best resources available to you for the best results. And in the beginning, kind of doing things on your own and using standard plans, and then when you needed more specialized help, getting a coach. That was really smart.
Yeah, I remember Hal Higdon. You go and Google marathon training plan. Hal Higdon, the first one that pops up. I was like, oh, I can just use this way. This is it for me. But you graduate to more specialized plans, and plans that you'll find out what works best for you, because there's no one way to do it. To get there, it's just different philosophies, but they can all get you there. It's just what works best for your body.
Awesome advice. Awesome.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing in running is the consistency, right? It's like really hard just in everyday life to be super consistent with something. It's just like when people sign up for the gym January 1st.
Yeah.
It's packed. February 1st, half of them or even more are gone. They're not coming back. So it's the same thing with running. And you just have to make it a part of your lifestyle if you really want to see those big gains that seem like they happen overnight, but really just the consistency over time.
Man, CJ, you have some sweet kit. I always like looking at your social media photos because like your kit looks so good all the time. Where do you get your stuff and how are you involved with that?
Yeah, so I'm an ambassador for Runners Empire. And so it's a small apparel group ran by my boy Zach. And so lately we've been doing a lot of fun singlets and just some really good comfortable gear. And we're back over here. Really good comfortable gear for runners to run in. So today I got on the half tights, the latest version of the half tights. I like these better now than the Nike stuff I was running in. They're just super comfortable, have a nice pocket. And then performance socks, say I got them the donut socks, but we have them in spicy chili and just regular base socks. So whatever you need as far as running, we got you covered.
So we'll leave the information for that promo code in the description below. CJ, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, most of my running posts will be on Instagram. So at CJ the Runner. I should pop right up into chili pepper singlet. So you can find me there.
Hey CJ, what's your next race in the books?
Yeah, next race in the books actually will be tier 1.5 next weekend, the 23rd. But that's just gonna be for fun. Just gonna have a good time out there, running in another country. Racing, have a 5K back home in Florida, which will be the second week of August. And then the Salt Lake City rock and roll inaugural race, half, the week after that. So, been nice fun. Couple races like really close together, but right now just focusing on preparation, shorter distances before starting a marathon block later in the fall.
Corey is fun to follow on Strava. Here's his Strava handle, and here are all of Corey's race records. Man, CJ, thanks so much for hanging out with me today and sharing your story with all of our viewers. Any last words of advice or anything you want to say to everybody who's watching out there?
Yeah, man, if I can do it, you can do it. From 5 hours to sub 3, the only difference is the work in between. You can get it done. Just go out there, get your runs in. If you have the availability, hire a coach. That'll help bridge the gap. Big improvements when you have someone that's been there before and can keep you accountable and to put you on the right plan that fits you. That'll make the biggest difference, especially if you are goal oriented and want to hit those Boston qualifying times, sub 3, Olympic trials qualifiers, dream big.
That's so awesome. Thanks so much, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it.